It looks like it's going to be no limit hold'em. And we should be bringing you that, I believe, at 6:30. And Natalia moves all in here now with a king high. She's playing 3,300. And it's down to Rozic with a jack 3. And it's 2,500 for Rozic to call. Gives it up, and Natalia adds to her chips, increases her stack by 50%. Natalia now is in 5th place, playing 5,000. AK playing 6,700. Rozic 7,800. Our chip leader is Mohammed Satian. Blinds are now 4-8. So you can see how fast paced this sit and go is. It's 800 now as the big blind. And Effenberg with the 5 deuces in the small blind. He just doubled up off Natalie there, spiking a king in the river. And he limps in on the small blind, and AK checks his big blind option. And it's a jack 6-8 flop. Both players are missing the king high for AK in the lead, and he checks his option. And Effenberg hitting the 2 and calls off the bet of AK. It's stacking up nicely now, Effenberg. And if you've just joined us, you're looking at a charity sit and go. This is a special one table sit and go. It's €5,000 for the charity of choice for the winner. And we've had a few bust outs already, notably Jan-Peter Jachmann, who's jumped straight into the 2,000 high roller side event. Several events running here for the Party Poker Millions Festival. And it looks like Natalia has moved in, but I can't see her cards. And the chip leader, Mohammed, has asked how much he's on the big blind, and he's going to call here with the pocket 9s. I'm not sure what Natalia is holding. I'm guessing something like a ace 10 hand. Ace 10 or better, I'd assume. Possible king queen, king jack suited. The dealer's telling Rozic to wait, or Satian to wait before he turns over his cards, because Rozic has to act. And pocket 9s. And Natalia now. Bit of suspense here. She's the pocket 5s. She's absolutely crushed. And unfortunately, we're going to see Natalia bust out here unless she hits the board. And the board is 3-7 queen. She's backdoor clubs, and that's a good card because that brings a straight draw. So any 4, any 5, any club, and you can see her percentage has gone right up. She's actually in better shape now on the river than she was on the pre-flop, and she spiked the clubs. And that's well-deserved bit of luck for Natalia. And Mohammed has lost 5,000. And
Been very unlucky up until now.
OK says this girl is dangerous. Quite rightly, she's up to 11,000. And gives her a little bit more breathing space. That's Natalia you're looking from the UK. And their chip leader just took a hit, but still massive chip leader. And Effenberg with the ace 4 pre-flop, and that's an ace in the window. And Rozik's going to get in trouble. He's hit second pair, and we know this guy likes to put chips in. And that's what he's doing now. He's reaching for chips. He's to act before Effenberg. Satian has already checked a king 5, and Rozik puts in a big bet of 4,000. It's a huge bet with second pair, and Effenberg calls. And Rozek now is completely committed to the pot. He's 2.2 behind. There's 10,000 in the pot. We're going to see it all in here, there's no doubt. And Effenberg moves all in. Rozek's going to call. And we're going to see football hero Stefan Effenberg increase his stack up to 25,000 unless Rozek can hit a 9 or a 9 only. Stefan hit 2 pair there on the turn with the 4. So a 9 and 9 only, Rozek was drawing to. Doesn't happen, and we have another player bust, and that is Rozek. He was colourful character, he's created a lot of action, and I'm going to have a chat with this guy later on. He seems like a bit of fun. He's on the whiskey and Red Bull. And he is our third bust out. We have 4 players left. And my choice pick, Natalia, still hanging in there on 13 big blinds. But Mohammed Satian, chip leader on 30,000, and AK, just 4 big blinds now. Thanks, guys, for coming on board and joining us. We expect this to last no more than 30 minutes, so stay with us till the end of it. Should be a bit of fun. It'll be interesting to see how Natalia, the poker professional, fares against the inexperience of these opponents. And Mohammed Satian, the chip leader, on the button with the 6s. And Natalia's going to play this hand. Well, Satian just limped, so Natalia just checks her option on the big blind. And Natalia's outflopped Satian by hitting that jack, and she checks, and Mohammed checks. No, Natalia's going to value here, and that's what she does with second pair. The flop was checked to her, and Satian is going to call with its 6s, but he's way behind. He needs to hit a 6. It doesn't happen. So that's jacks and 7s for Natalia, and she just wants to get to showdown here. I'm just going to scoop another pot. And Mohammed takes his sunglasses up, has a look at the board, and sees the bad news. And this is a special edition charity sit and go we're watching. 4 players remain. And that's the poker pro Natalia from the UK, who now moves into 3rd place. And AK in real bad shape here. He's down to the cloth, 4 big blinds. Mohammed and Stefan Effenberg, the football legend, former German World Cup star, now very close to Mohammed playing over 30 big blinds. We'll be here till the conclusion of the event, and we're back for the Cash Kings later on today. It's a no-limit hold'em game. AK moves all in, makes the right move of fours, takes down the blinds, and Stefan takes his seat. We are four-handed. Blinds are 4-8. I expect them to go up very soon to 5-10. And it's 500. Its blinds are gone up now, so it's 500, 1,000. And Stefan explaining he's put out a small blind and doesn't realise that the blinds go up, and now he does.
Even though you changed
And
dealer, while the blinds were.
Yeah, because you were changing.
That's why the blinds went up, because you were changing the dealer. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
And Satian now with the pocket eights. The players aren't happy the blinds are going up because it is a turbo. It's very fast and there's not much play in this, but it is a fun event. It's the money is put up by Party Poker, and there's no charge. It's all for charity, and it's all a bit of fun. And Satian is not holding a heart, and he needs to bet this out and get rid of AK. And Satian gives him a free card, and AK now is taking the lead, and Satian drawing dead. So the 3-high flush is going to win this, and Satian made a misstep there by not betting out his eights on the flush board. That's the scoreboard. Satian and Effenberg with all the chips. And Natalia there now, still hanging in there, 16,000 on our short stack. This guy in the yellow top, AK. And knows what he's doing, this guy. Hasn't done too much wrong. And a nice move here from Natalia. She moves all in. She understands how fast this structure is. She'll know exactly how many chips is out there pre-flop. It's 1,500. It's almost 10% of her stack. And she picks up an ace and moves in and increases her stack. It's 25% of her stack was out there pre-flop. Sorry, Natalia is playing 16,000 and there's 1,600 out there pre, so it is 10%. And it's saying now she's playing 13,000. I'm not sure, is that correct? Because she just scooped the last pot. Anyway, Satian is our chip leader. He's on the small blind with ace-5. And he has hit the 5 and Natalia's hit the 4. But there's queen-jack out there. And it's probably going to check here. And Satian is going to scoop the pot. And that's the correct scoreboard there. 6,000 for AK, 13.5 for Natalia, Stefan Effenberg 24,000, and Mohammed Satian 26,000. And for the benefit of people that have just joined, just to let you know, viewers, you're looking at a special edition charity sit and go. And we had 7 players that started, some YouTube stars. We had Jan-Peter Jachman, who busted out quite early. And we're now four-handed. You're watching two YouTubers, Mohammed Satian in the seat one, that's him there. And we have Natalia in the screen now, the UK Party Poker Ambassador. And she's moved all in here with a queen high. And that's Stefan, the former soccer legend German team player, Stefan Effenberg. In the baseball cap, and in the yellow top on the right hand side is AK. So four-handed. And the winner of this receives 5,000 for their charity of choice. My name is Fintan Gavin. I'm delighted to be here. I'm here all week, guys. We have Cash Kings later on in a couple hours. Do join us for that. With some sensational sessions already. We had a couple of PLO sessions. We have a no limit hold'em session later on. And the PLO game yesterday, it ended up with €1 million on the table. Blinds went to 500, 500. Plenty of action players in the building. The room is buzzing here in Kings. It's absolutely thriving. We've several games running concurrently. And we'll be bringing you the Cash Kings later on, so do join us for that. And thank you, Vince, for coming on. How are you? Expect to see you here, Vince.
Okay. Check.
I owe you a drink, Vince. So hit me up when you arrive.
Problem is, I can't bluff him. I don't know. He's paying everything. So. Sick, you know. You had a king?
So we will be here until the finish of this charity event. We expect it to last no more than another 20 minutes or so. It's really quite fast paced. The blinds are rapid. It's 500, 1,000 now. And we're down to 4 players. And we'll be back later with the Cash Kings, as I said. And AK has hit second pair here. He's only playing 4,000 and he's going to put it in. And that is going to take down the pot. He's back up to 6,000. And the button moves. Natalia now on the big blind. She has 1,000 in. Effenberg's first act with the 7-4. And now AK. This guy knows how to play. I would expect him to move in there with a King 10. Playing that kind of stack. And Satian with the 9-10. And Natalia would be delighted to get a flop here with the 5-2. And she's flopped a good shot. And she's going to check that. And it's been checked right around. And nobody has anything here. And it's going to be first to bet will win this. And it's checked also. And a 3 comes, so a king kicker is going to win. Aces and 3s with a king. I played the board, said Natalia.
I was literally playing the board.
Yeah.
And AK stacking chips. This is a party poker charity sit and go. 5,000 for the charity of choice. You're looking at superhero Stefan Effenberg, the soccer legend. And that is Natalia, the UK Party Poker Ambassador. And she's on the small blind here, and Stefan Effenberg's on the big blind. And AK with the suited 7-6 is also playing this. And Effenberg has flopped a pair, and AK has flopped an up and down straight. And Natalia's flopped a good shot, but now she goes ahead with the 10. And the 10 is going to win this. Natalia takes down 3,000. Structure's really fast here, guys. The blinds are due to go up again any minute. So expect to see action. You can't sit back and wait for hands. 1,000 is the big blind. And Satyan, under the gun, picks up the maximum starting hand and has opted just to flat with the aces, and he's given a free flop to AK. He's playing 10-5. Effenberg has folded his 10-5, sorry, it's AK with the Jack 2, and that's top set for Satyan, and he's underrepresenting the value here. He's trying to get action, and the action is not going to come because AK is completely missed. And now Satyan decides to bet, and AK folds, and Satyan top set, no profit, just takes down the blinds. So 1,500 profit exactly. AK now with 6 blinds, and the blinds are due to go up, I believe, the next hand. And Natalia is going to make a move here with a suited King 9.
How much?
Sorry.
And it looks like a minimum raise from Natalia. And Satyan is also a king. And it comes down 8 Jack 9. Natalia's flop second pair, and it's checked. And now Satyan is hit an up and down straight. 2 changes, nothing. Satyan is having a crack at this, but Natalia's going to call with the pair of 9s.
Warte, essen wir gleich.
You have to open the first.
And Natalia explaining to Satyan that he must show, as she called him. And King 6 is not going to cut it. King 9 takes down a sizable pot. That's a nice bit of profit for Natalia. She's making ground, and it's going her way now of late. Her queens were busted by the King Jack of Effenberg earlier, but she spiked a flush
I'm small, yeah?
to bust the pocket 9s, the overpair of 9s of Muhammad, who she was just in a hand against. And she's right back in at this girl, and expect her skill level to be demonstrated as it gets short-handed. And she calls ace 5, 2 over, it's a 50-50. She's in for 1,000 already. The 4s of AK move in. And Natalia snaps with the ace 5, and we're looking at a straight race. And the ace comes,
Eine Firma.
backdoors straight. No backdoor straight.
Komm, die 4 kommt.
4 and 4 only,
Yeah.
doesn't come.
Good luck.
And Natalia now has busted AK, and it's a really good player to get rid of because this guy had poker experience, he knew what he was doing. And now, if I'm reading this right, Natalia's gone into the chip lead. We're looking at a 3-handed game. Our World Cup football legend Stefan Effenberg and Mohammad Satyan, and just from the short time we're watching this, you can see between the two novice players, Effenberg and Mohammed, probably Mohammed would have a little more skill than Stefan. Stefan seems to be a newbie. And look, Satian's picked up the aces again on the button. And he's just slow playing them again, looking for action. And Natalia here is going to limp in. She's valued in on the small blind. She's going to get a flop for an additional 500, and it makes the pot 3,000. And the ace is now against the Jack 7 and 9 deuce of Effenberg. And the 9 of Effenberg is top pair. And Natalia has a gut shot straight. And it's checked around, and I'm not sure what this guy is doing, Satian. He's given free cards here. But Effenberg's not betting his top pair. But now Satian comes out with a bet, and Effenberg flats the 2,000. King on the river, and it's going to go check, bet, call probably. I know it's gone check, check. Satian opts not to value. And Satian, with the pair of aces, takes it down. And we're three-handed, guys. Blinds are about to go up. This is a turbo charity sit and go.
No, I did not really choice.
And you can see the dealer just making the announcement. Blinds are up. And it's 600, 1,200. Natalia,
Ich hab den rausgekickt.
Mohammed and Stefan. Always similar enough stacks, and Natalia now on the button with a pair. And she's going to raise this. And Stefan gets out of the way. And Satian is going to call with a Queen Jack.
2,500.
And it's a min raise to 2,500. The big blind is 1,200.
Okay.
5,600 in the pot. We have two-way action. And that's a bad flop for Natalia. It's come Queen, Queen 4, and she's going to expect to be ahead here. The chances of Satian having a queen with two queens out there is slim, but a queen is what he has. But he bets it hard. He raises Natalia, and she quickly folds. And she probably got away with the minimum there. The button moves now on to the Stefan Effenberg. Three-handed. Blinds are 600, 1,200.
I'm small, yeah?
Mohammed asking, is he small? And he certainly is in comparison to Stefan Effenberg. He's a giant of a man. Former World Cup soccer player. He has King 4 on the button here, and he's just limping, it looks like. And Mohammed is on the small blind.
Hast du gesetzt? Wie viel ist drin?
1,200.
Natalia opts to check her option on the big blind. It's a three-way pot and three clubs, which gives both three players a club draw, with Stefan bottom pair. And Natalia now has the made straight, saying 100%, but Stefan could hit a club, but I'm not sure why the board is reading below. There's four cards out. The club would give a flush, but Natalia straight holds good, and she's going to bet it again. And Stefan Effenberg with the pair fours, no good, and he can't read the straight correctly. But Natalia explains it to him, and she takes down another pot. Natalia. Three-handed, that's our chip leader, poker professional, Natalia from the UK. She's the Party Poker UK ambassador. We're going to get her in this commentary booth over the next couple of days and find out about the life and times of a travelling professional. And look at the cards this guy, Mohammed Satian, is picking up. He's had aces twice in the last 4 or 5 hands, and he's ace-queen here on the button. He's just opting to limp these monster hands short-handed. Absolute monsters. Ace-queen on the button, just limps. He's given free flops here, and he's hit that stroke strong. He's hit top 2. And Natalia's also hit a pair, but there's an ace and a queen out there, so she's not going to get carried away, and it's gone check, check. But the turn is a 2 now, and Satian, who's completely disguised the strength of his hand, has bet out 2,000, so it's reasonable for Natalia to call here. But she's drawn dead to a jack, and there's 2 jacks remaining in the deck, and she needs to hit one of these. That's a full house for Satian, and it's a bad card for Natalia because she might just pay this guy off. It's such a small bet, and I think she's going to. It's 2,000 into a 10,000 pot. She has 2 pair, and that's what she does. She pays him off. She's going to see the monster hand for Satian, and I think he got the maximum there. Took a very unorthodox way of playing his ace-queen, but it actually worked out well for him in the end. And he scoops a pot, and the blinds are 6-12. Natalia tweeting to her fans. That's Stefan Effenberg, the football hero on the right, and YouTuber Mohammed Satian in the bright top on the left. And this is Party Poker Charity Sit and Go. We're back later with a cash game, guys, so if you're looking for some high stakes cash action, we will be broadcasting it here later on this evening. It's a no limit game. Satian and Effenberg. And Effenberg spikes a 2 on the river. Sorry, 2 in the turn. And will scoop a pot that's going to be checked down, I believe. I do hear a click of chips, so it's more likely Satian trying to buy the pot, and he's getting called by the pocket 2s of Effenberg. And Effenberg now has increased his stack. He is the short stack at the table.
I'm small, yeah?
And Mohammed asking again, I'm small, yeah? Mohammed Satian, YouTuber, internet star, Talia from UK, the UK Party Poker ambassador, and Stefan, German World Cup legend Effenberg. This is the 3 players that have made it to the top 3, but it's only one prize, and that's 5,000 for the charity of their choice. Satian limping now with a suited ace and giving a free flop to Natalia, and it's Queen 10-10, both miss. Satian to act first, and now he's come good by hitting his ace, but he's not getting any action. He'll probably check that board, it's so scary. And Natalia may have tried and steal this, but no, she opts to check and wisely gives up on it because she knows 8 high is not going to win. So 30,000 now for Mohammed, 22,000 for Natalia, and the short stack is Stefan Effenberg. And what a monster on the button. And Natalia raises to 4,000. And she's going to get action from Mohammed here with a King 7. And we've seen the Queens lose to the King Jack earlier from Natalia. Let's see will they hold this time. And it looks like they are going to hold. That's a good start. That's a great flop for Queens. It's a rainbow flop, 3, 5, 10. And she bets it out. And I can't see Mohammed continuing here. And he does fold. And Natalia now takes the chip lead. And chip leader, Natalia, Mohammed second, and Stefan is the short stack. But it's a very fast pace sit and go, guys. Natalia, it says the button again, is that right? Yeah, she's on the button. Queen 9, and she's going to raise that, I'd imagine. Queen 9 suited, and you're going to see the skill level of Natalia manifest here because she knows the plays, she knows the strength and the value of each starting hand, and that is absolutely critical in short-handed play. There's no hiding. And it's 2 hearts. It's a good flop for Stefan because he's playing a flush draw. Natalia's hit second pair. She's going to bet this out. She bets 2,000 and it's called by Stefan. And Stefan now is going to be in big trouble because Natalia's going to move all in, I'd imagine. And Stefan has a lot of pressure on him. He doesn't know what to do.
How much?
It's 10,000. It's virtually putting Stefan all in. And he moves in. She calls 2 pair. She needs to fade a heart, Natalia, to scoop a monster pot.
Was gehst du da all in? Ah, flash.
So we've seen Stefan outdraw her before, but it doesn't happen this time. And the kings and queens will hold for Natalia. And we see our soccer hero bust in 3rd place. And I'm very proud of this girl. She really is a great ambassador, not only for party poker, but for the game itself.
Can we have a break?
She's top class.
No? We need to use the bathroom. Oh, okay, 5 minutes? Okay, 5 minutes break. And ich muss noch was für 5 Minuten break.
I believe we're going to have a 5-minute break. And we're going to come back for the conclusion of this charity sit and go with the party poker ambassador Natalia, the 2-1 chip leader over Mohammed Satian, and the TD is just doing a quick chip count. Players are having a very fast break. And we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Please do stay with us.
the same thing. Yeah, just let me know when to then, when the stream is caught up.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. Please let me know, does that sound okay? We're watching a heads up, and it's poker pro Natalia Bregvilleri from the UK, and she's in a spot of bother here. She's flopped a pair, bottom pair, but Mohammed Satian, that's 2 pair. This is going to be a big pot, guys, because Mohammed has the pair of jacks with the straight draw. That's the straight, made straight for for Mohammed Satanian, and it's probably a difficult bet not to pay off here. It's 4,000. The pot is 18,000. And that's a 4-card straight there. Any 7, any queen makes a straight, and this is going to be a class fold if Natalia can make it. It's 4,000. It's a really good bet size by Mohammed. It's a very attractive amount for Natalia to call, even with a single pair, but this girl has made 2 pair, so she pays it off, and she's not surprised to see the bad news. And that's a sizable pot. I believe the blinds are up again to 800, 1600. So I don't believe this heads up will last longer than this level. I'm making a prediction. It's 816 now, even though the graphic is saying 612, it's 816. And Natalia has the button. They're pretty even in chips now after that pot. And there's 70,000 in play. So Natalia playing 31,000 and Mohammed Satian playing 39,000. 816. And in fairness to this gentleman, Mohammed, he's really played a good game. No live experience, this guy, but he has played once or twice, a few home games with his friends and that. He's a big YouTube sensation. Check him out on YouTube, Mohammed Satian. And he's behind here with the queen high because Natalia Brevigleria has the king high. But the bet in position from Mohammed takes it down.
No, I'm big. Sorry.
Natalia just limping now. She feels that she can outplay Mohammed. She's hit a pair there. It's bottom pair, but she's smart enough to know that any pair in heads-up situation is very valuable.
Oh, sorry.
And It's a reasonable call from Mohammed. He's 2 overs to the board. He's a backdoor straight. And it's a good card for Natalia. And this is a great bet by Mohammed. This guy is showing a lot of class. And the 10 comes, and it's a bit of a scare card. And Natalia folds the best hand. So showing a little bit of class here, this Mohammed Satian. He's up now to 45,000. And Natalia, 25,000. The prize pool is 5,000 for the winner. It goes to the charity of choice. And this is a monster on the button, but we've seen this guy limp with his big hands. And he's opted to do the same thing here with ace-king suited. And he gives a free flop to his opponent, who's playing 6-4. And that's a top straight Broadway, the absolute nuts. And Natalia is drawing dead. And that's a nut with the flush draw and the 6 high. And Natalia's fortunate not to hit any of that because she was drawn absolutely dead after Satian flopped the Broadway straight. Button moves on to Natalia. Remember, the prize pool is 5,000. It's a charity event, so the winner pledges to the charity of their choice. And we'll be back later on. We'll be here for the end of this heads up sit and go, but we'll be back later for a Cash King special. Some real big players in the house, a lot of bracelet winners, former EPT champions, some real big names around. So do join us later on. That's the state of affairs at the moment. 30 blinds versus 14 blinds. It's a 2-to-1 chip advantage for Mohammed Satian, and he's showing some class, this kid. But he's going to need to hit cards to beat this lady, and that's what he's doing. He's hit some real powerhouse hands, and he's the ace jack of spades here. And again, he just limps. He doesn't exact value. And top pair for Natalia. Probably going to see Satian check back here. The king comes, so Natalia's still ahead. And the bad news there for Natalia, she didn't protect her pair. And she's given Satian a chance to hit the redraw. And that's what he's done. He's hit the ace on the river. And I'm not sure what happened there. I think it was a bet call on the river. So 20,000 versus 50,000. $70,000 chips in play. And Natalia now with just 12 big blinds. And it looks like a raise coming in here. All in is announced. Natalia's on the button, and Mohammed quickly folds. And I'm not sure what the holdings was. It looks like a ace 10 of clubs for Natalia. And she takes down the pot, and button moves now to Mohammed. For the benefit of the viewers that have just recently joined, you're watching live from King's Casino. This is a charity sit and go. We started 7-handed. We had a right strange mix of players. We had some YouTubers who had no live experience. We have Mohammed Satian, who was one of them, come out on top. He's heads up here now with the UK Party Poker ambassador, Natalia. We also had another professional poker player, Jan Peter Yakman, who was first out. And we had soccer legend Stefan Effenberg, who bust in third. It's 5,000 for the winner for the charity of their choice. And we're right smack bang in the middle of a party poker festival here in Kings. Place is absolutely buzzing. We'll be back later on with a Cash King special. Do join us for that. And Natalia now with the Queen 9 moves in. And Satian is tanking with a king. And he's going to start to realise sooner or later that you can't just sit back and wait for big hands in a format like this, because the blinds are absolutely huge. It's 1,600 now, the big blind. There's only 70,000 total in play. So the average stack is around 20 bigs. And the blinds are due to go up in about 5 minutes.
On Facebook.
And this is a monster hand. Ace King on the button. And Natalia is going to raise.
How much?
And Mohammed is going to see a flop here with the 8-6. And it's quite a reasonable call considering that Natalia is raising almost every button. And it's a great flop for the Ace King. And Satian is completely missed now. Natalia has a couple of choices. She might continue or try and trap check, but she opts to continue. And I can't see Mohammed calling, and he doesn't. And Natalia now up to 30,000. You can see there's nothing really in it. Big blind is 1,600, due to go up to 2,000 quite soon. And it's a joy to watch a professional poker player applying their trade with some real class here, and that's what Natalia has done. She's come into this sit and go, and she's applied herself and took it seriously. I mean, it is a bit of fun, and the players don't actually earn money, but they earn a substantial amount for their charity of choice, and that's what Natalia's playing for, along with the pride that she takes in her job. And she has a tough opponent here in this young man. We can see he has the moves, this guy. Natalia now is a king 6 and she opts to limp 1,600. And the 8-7 for Muhammad is checking. And we're going to have a flop here, and that's hit Satian, who's hit a pair. Backdoor straight option for Natalia, and it's gone check, check, and a 5. So a 6 would give Muhammad a straight, or an 8 would give Natalia a straight, but the pair of 7s is holding, and he's going to value here, Muhammad. And King High may opt to call. No, Natalia correctly folds, and the button moves. Blinds are 8-16.
Screenshot has blocks 250, 500, and 350. And then blinds 260, 500, and 350.
And this is a monster pot here. Satian has limped and Natalia has bumped it up to 5,000 and Mohammed has called. We can only see one of his cards as a 9 and he's hit that board, and the percentages is saying 100% Natalia, but she needs a 10 to make the straight. Jack 9. For Satian, so Satian has hit a pair of 9s and Natalia had the good shot, but Mohammed has bet it out and takes it down.
How much?
Natalia with the flush draw on the pair, and Mohammed now with a chip lead, 48,000. He's 30 big blinds. Natalia with 13 blinds, and I do believe the blinds will be up. That's exactly what the dealer announces. Blinds are up, and it's 1 and 2,000. It's a real turbo, this. And Natalia now with just 10 bigs. And that's what you do with 10 big blinds when it's limped into you with King 10. Natalia showing her aggression. Not afraid to put in her money. So 2-1 chip lead for Mohammed Satian, the YouTuber, versus the UK Party Poker Ambassador. And Natalia has 6-7 suited and she's moved in and she's going to get called here, I feel. Satian has an ace-9 and we're going to see it all in. And Satian is calling it out. He really needs to call this. I mean, what is he waiting for? And he does make the right choice. He calls, and here we go. And Natalia's not in that bad shape. She could be a lot worse. She is behind. Mohammed has one of her spades and a blocker to the straight. And that's an up and down straight draw. And that's a huge flop. It's 50-50 now. It's a flip of a coin here. And that's a pair. So the pair of 7's in the lead. No ace, no 9. And Natalia will double up. And that's what she does. And now Natalia is a monster chip leader. And the pot size there is incorrect, I feel. I believe Natalia be closer to 40,000 than 25,000. And Casello asking about
20,000, she said.
Leon. Leon came fourth in the super high roller in the area. He got $1.8 million. Fourth place, $1.8 million. Thanks for joining us, Casello. We're back here later for a special edition cash game. And that's Natalia, who is now taking a 2-1 chip lead over Mohammed Satian. She moved in with the 7-6 suited. Mohammed made the correct call with the ace-9, but Natalia hit a 7. And now Natalia has the 2-1 chip advantage, and it's 1,000 for the small, 2,000 for the big. And now it's Mohammed who's short stacked, and he's playing a king 6, and he just flat calls, and Natalia gives him a flop. She's the worst starting hand, and Vogelsang won that tournament. Casello Vogelsang, he got lucky in a massive pot, but he played. He's a top class player. It was really interesting. I watched the whole lot of it. He came out in top, 6 million, bang bang, end of story. So Germany first and third in that tournament. But now we're watching Natalia win another pot here. So Satian now is down to 10 bigs. And Natalia, 24 big blinds.
Bit warm again now. If you happen to see a waitress, it's party. There's no rush.
And an ace on the button, moves all in, and this is powerful play, and it's expert heads up play by Natalia, who completely understands the structure, showing her experience, putting the chips in. Did get a little bit lucky with that 6-7, but she wasn't in that bad a shape. She did hit a 7, she needed to hit, and she did. And she's chip leader, and very well deserved chip lead here. But this young man has been a class act. Now he's got some monster hands. We've seen him with aces several times, and he picks up ace king here, and he's not getting full value for his monsters. He's limping in every time, hoping to trap, and he may have played this very smartly because he's in a king, and it's going to be over here, I think. Natalia has hit trip 5s, and there's a possibility Mohammed might raise here, but he just flat calls. And Natalia taking a commanding lead here and busts the ace king. And now just 6 big blinds for Mohammed, and watch Natalia put the foot to the floor. She is going to put excruciating pressure on this young man. So we're coming to an end now of the charity sit and go. 10k! It's been bumped up. There was 5k I was told earlier. Now it's bumped up to 10,000, which is an incredible prize for some lucky charity. It's going to be the charity of choice, so whoever comes out on top here. And the favourite at the moment is this girl, all in, king 6, and the quality of her play. She knows exactly the value of each starting hand, and takes another 2,000 from Mohammed. And this is the difference in skill level. That's quite evident now. And Mohammed looks a little bit lost.
It's a man. It takes too long.
He's picked up some really big hands, but he chose to slow play them every time. Worked out once or twice, but not too well on the last hand. And he's playing just 5 big blinds now. And he limps again here. And Natalia agrees to a flop. And she's the worst starting hand. And she checks, and Mohammed's going to bet out here with the 9 high, and he takes down the pot.
Am I small or big?
My small or big? Asked Mohammed. And you can see his inexperience in live poker. So it's really quite an achievement for him to get this far. Remember, we Jan-Peter Jachman in the field earlier on, although I could see Jachman looking at the side event with great interest. He's jumped in that now, I believe. And that's a big flop for Natalia, who's top pair with a good shot, and she's going to bet that out, and she's going to take down the pot. The button moves, and desperate times really here for Mohammed. He's playing around 10,000, and the big blind is 2,000, so he's 5 bigs. And that's the Party Poker UK ambassador, who's just shown her class. What a fantastic representative of the game. She really is a class act, this girl, and she's proved it here again today. And Satian again limping on the button, and this is beautiful. All in with 8 high, and takes down another 2,000. So Mohammed now down to 8,000 according to my mathematics, which is 4 big blinds. And we have a special edition Cash Kings later on. It's going to be huge. Some real big names in the building, guys. Former EPT winners, bracelet winners, and another all-in move here. And Satian cracks. He shows his inexperience by calling with 7 high. And he's in real bad shape against the 6s. And he's going to need diamonds, running 5s, or a 7 to overtake Natalia. And 1 diamond, so he has backdoor straight, backdoor flush. But he's way behind. And we're going to see Natalia. And this is a fantastic achievement for Natalia, because it was quite a difficult field to navigate, in that there was a lot of inexperienced players out there, and you really had to adjust your game. And he played really well, this lad Mohammed Satian. Absolute gentleman. And I'm so proud of this girl. She did her employer proud, Party Poker, and she did the game of poker proud. She comes out on top. She wins 10,000. And what a nice boost for Natalia's charity. That's Stefan Effenberg, the World Cup footballer. So out of 2 professional poker players in the 7-man field, we had Jachman going out first and Natalia coming out on top, winning the 10,000 cash for the charity of her choice. And hats off to Party Poker. Well done. It's a really nice gesture.
Natalie, you said you're the winner. Is it yours? Yeah. Momo,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want the chips moving over? Yeah. I'm not busy. You won't be able to see it. We can stand with the check.
And what can you say? I'm running out of adjectives to describe the class of this girl. She really is something special. And anyone that's not familiar with Natalia, she is definitely a name for the future. She's already well established as a top professional that's on the circuit. She represents Party Poker. She comes from the UK.
Shall I stand up then? Yeah.
What a great boost for her charity. 10,000 for the charity of her choice. And she's trying to get a bit of height. What a sweet girl this is. So proud of her.
I know, it's better.
I'm an asshole.
And that's a great pick. Soccer legend Stefan Effenberg. And the runner-up on the right-hand side, Mohammed Satian, who did himself proud. And look, guys, I really appreciate you coming on, joining us. We're absolutely thrilled to be here in Kings Casino in the middle of a Party Poker Millions live poker festival. We're going to be back later on for Kings, Cash Kings. And that's going to be 100-100 with a 200 straddle. Some really big names already booked their seat. Looks like we're going to be full-handed. 6 o'clock I believe we'll kick off at. Do come back. You're going to be plenty of excitement. I'm going to sign off now, guys. Fintan Gavin is my name. And I will talk to you later on. Please come back. Bye for now.